Huh?
We've had it reported that your facility caused foodborne illness. We're going to conduct an investigation on your facility.
What?
There's a fork floating above the meat sauce spaghetti.
They're plastic food replicas.
Huh?
Our factory produces plastic food replicas.
Trouble Busters!
Huh?
We've had it reported that your facility caused foodborne illness. We're going to conduct an investigation on your facility.
What?
If you are not willing to comply, we may suspend your business by suspending your business license, ABC license, and health permit.
Hold on, sir. I'm sure this must be some kind of mistake.
This is not a mistake. We received reports that your consumers have been food poisoned.
My name is Alan. I'm 31, and I've recently started venturing into my new business. I'm single, and I'm looking for a girlfriend. I've been busy keeping myself productive, but somehow these inspectors from the health department walked into my facility, and I don't know what exactly is happening here.
When foodborne illness is alleged against a facility, you are required to provide material safety data sheet, cooking manual, food temperature records, food storage temperature records, and personnel hygiene records, along with potential risk and cause of the illness.
Wait, hold on. Let me explain.
Please have the documents ready.
We may have to inspect your employee's health status as needed.
If you don't comply, we may suspend your operations or even terminate your business license. Please kindly hold off on your operations at this time.
I'm telling you, my facility...
Okay then, we're going to start the inspection now.
I'm asking you to hold on.
Yes?
Who in the world reported you about this food poisoning?
It's confidential. We're not allowed to tell you.
But... Oh, is that him? That's the guy I used to work with when I had the part-time job before I started this business. That's right, his name is Harold. He must have plotted this on me. I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters.
Huh? This doesn't seem right.
Hey, check this out.
There's a fork floating above the meat sauce spaghetti.
What is going on? Are these...
They're plastic food replicas.
Huh?
Our factory produces plastic food replicas.
What?
What is going on here? This has nothing to do with foodborne illness.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, but you wouldn't listen.
Sir, we're so sorry about this.
But then, who reported to us about the allegation?
I think I know who.
Really?
Please, follow me this way.
Hello, welcome.
Hey, Harold, long time no see.
Alan, why are you here? Is that a police officer behind you?
What's the matter? You look restless.
Oh, that's because, Sir, have you reported a false allegation about food poisoning? Huh? What are you talking about? We had someone report to us that there's a restaurant that caused foodborne illness. Oh, really? I see. The county's health inspectors went to the given address, and that's where we met Alan here.
That's right, Alan. Why are you even here? Aren't you supposed to be getting an inspection right now? Don't you need to be there? I knew you misunderstood everything.
Huh?
I don't own a restaurant.
Huh? That's not true.
I own a factory that produces plastic food replicas.
Huh? What did you just say?
I'm telling you that we don't produce food. We make plastic replicas of the food.
What the? You're kidding, right? You left our restaurant job to start your own business.
Yep, I started my own business to make plastic food replicas.
What the heck? Why didn't you start a new restaurant? Why plastic food? Why did you even work at our restaurant then?
I sure learned a lot about the visual presentation of the food.
That's not my point here.
You falsely reported about the food poisoning, right?
Huh? No, absolutely not. I would never lie to report things. So you're saying that you did report an allegation, correct? Would that be a problem to you guys? I mean, food poisoning is a serious problem for anyone who works in the restaurant business. It's your job to investigate these things when there's a potential food poisoning.
That may be true, but it does become a huge problem when the report was reported falsely by intention.
Huh? The facility you reported to us doesn't even produce food. This must be a mistake. They must be making some food. At least that's what I thought.
So you thought that they were making some type of food, and you falsely alleged this against your competitor, is this correct?
How do you even know if this was a false allegation?
Huh? Do your investigation. You never know. You might find some kind of food poisoning bacteria at his facility.
But then Alan's facility doesn't even produce food.
Look, what you've claimed is that someone has committed some type of misdemeanor when they actually did not, with an intent to deceive. This could lead to criminal charges. What? Criminal charges? I'm sure it's not a big deal. I just thought that maybe there might be something going on at Alan's facility.
Had I been operating a restaurant or food production facility, you could have gotten me into serious trouble. You would know this since you work at a restaurant, right, Harold?
I just wanted to see you freak out a little, you know?
That's exactly what constitutes the crime. You had intentions to make false reports to the police and health department. You can be imprisoned for up to a month, and you can end up being charged with fines.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that doesn't sound as bad as you made it sound.
You'll have criminal records.
Huh? Really? Yes, really. Even if it's a misdemeanor and not necessarily a felony, once you are sentenced to these consequences, you will have criminal records. But that's only if I'm found guilty, right? Doesn't that also mean that I won't have criminal records if I'm not found guilty? That's true, but that's true, right? There's no way I'm gonna end up with criminal records for this small joke. But,
You may have crossed the line here. This could be a felony, not a misdemeanor.
Which means?
You had bad intentions when you made false reports. It wasn't a misunderstanding or an accident, but you did it on purpose to cause problems for me. This could be a felony.
What? But why? This was just a silly joke. I just wanted to scare you guys a bit. It's just a prank call.
Sir, you're old enough not to make prank calls, right?
Why are you guys picking on me? I mean, this didn't end up causing anyone trouble, right? What's the problem? But if it did, you could have ended up being sued for what you've done. But it didn't, so what's the big deal?
You should be fortunate that I didn't own a food production facility.
Yeah, so stop giving me all this nonsense. You guys are disturbing our operations by walking in and telling me all this nonsense. I'm starting to think I'm the victim here.
Disturbing your operations?
I could file a police report against you guys for being here. Get it?
If that's the route you're taking, I should be the one filing a report for getting my operations disturbed by you.
What?
I can also sue you for being caused emotional and mental distress due to what happened.
What? You've got to be kidding me. You can't report me or sue me.
Have you been listening to yourself?
I can do whatever I want to you. I used to be your colleague when you worked here.
Not anymore.
Oh, come on.
We got sidetracked. But going back to what we were talking about, I'm gonna file a police report against you for intentionally making false allegations.
What? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Making false accusations is illegal in most states. The consequences of making false accusations can be severe for both the accused and the accuser, including criminal charges and civil lawsuits. In your case, Harold, you made false police reports and health reports from bad intentions, and you are subject to all of what I've just explained.
What the heck? I wasn't trying to get you arrested or anything. You reported foodborne illness. This was because you were trying to suspend Alan's business. Isn't this correct? Oh, well, that's kind of true, but...
So this means that you either wanted to cause suspension or termination of my business operations due to mishandling of food, or have me sentenced to 3 years of imprisonment or $30,000 of fine due to intentional cause of food poisoning. You intentionally made false allegations.
Oh, stop making a big deal out of this. And by the way, how do you guys even know if I was the one who made that report? Huh? Aren't you guys the ones trying to falsely allege against me?
Harold, I saw you checking my facility to confirm that the health inspectors were there.
What?
I know that was you. It had to be you.
I haven't left my restaurant today.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure. Do you think I'm lying?
I do think you're lying. I know I saw you for sure.
Well, why don't you prove it then?
Prove it?
See, you can't even prove anything. You're just falsely accusing me of being at your facility today.
We could prove it.
Huh?
All inbound calls at our office are being recorded. We can perhaps have the police compare the voice prints from the call with your voice prints. It'll be black and white.
Are you serious? All inbound calls at the police station are also recorded too. Really?
Sounds like what goes around comes back around.
Oh, God!
Your actions are considered obstruction of business by fraudulent means.
Obstruct what? Obstruction of business by fraudulent means is an illegal interference with another person's business by making false allegations. Is that considered a crime?
It is indeed.
Because the health inspectors had to walk into my facility, I had held off on my duties as the president of the company, which is considered an interference.
What?
Putting this in simple words, you wanted to get me in trouble, so you lied to the police and the health department. This is considered a crime. If we make this a civil lawsuit, you can get up to 3 years of imprisonment or charged a fine of $5,000.
What the heck? Hold on, are you saying that I conducted that obstruction crime and false allegation crime?
That's what we're saying.
You can't do this to me! What's going to happen to me then? I can't possibly keep my career if I get charged for those crimes.
Not that you were ever successful in your career anyways.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Take 1 strand of spaghetti from each portion, and 60 strands will make a meal.
Huh?
How did you even come up with that idea?
What are you talking about?
You pulled out 1 strand of spaghetti from each portion to make the non-existent 61st portion of spaghetti. You sold that plate of spaghetti without including it in the restaurant's sales and placed that cash into your pocket.
Huh? I really don't know what you're talking about.
At first, when I saw you do this, I had no idea why you're always pulling out 1 strand of spaghetti every time we were prepping. When I saw you make that 61st plate of spaghetti, I realized what you were doing there.
I never realized you were watching me.
You were working right beside me. How would I not notice?
Oh, who cares about that right now?
Huh?
You're talking about something I've done in the past, and what are you going to do about it, huh?
Of course.
Oh, don't tell me you're...
Hey, is that you, Alan?
Oh, no!
Hello, Chef Tamsy. Long time no see.
Thanks for the plastic food replicas that you made for us. My customers have been telling me that they look exactly the way our food looks.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Huh? Who are you guys?
Oh, they're nobody! These guys are just customers. Yep, customers!
They're quite professional looking to be our customers.
You think so?
I mean, look at them. Those two are health inspectors, and that guy is a police officer. They're also dressed like they're on duty, too.
You're just overthinking.
Are you sure about that?
By the way, Chef, why are you here? You're usually in the back prepping food to serve tomorrow.
Well, it seemed like something was going on over here, so I had to come take a look.
Alan here is visiting us, so that's why we got a little too excited.
Is that so? Can I join?
They're leaving right now. What the? Unfortunately, they all just finished eating and they were about to go back to work. So now don't you worry about anything and go to the back to do more prepping. Harold reported me to the police.
What?
You little... Just keep your mouth shut.
He reported that my facility caused foodborne illness.
Foodborne illness? Hey, Harold, what is going on here? Don't you know that Alan's company makes plastic food replicas? How in the world would he cause food poisoning, huh?
Maybe they ate those plastics?
They ate the plastics?
I mean, if someone got sick, I'm sure it's because Alan's food was plastic.
All right then, we have some of Alan's products here. Why don't you go ahead and eat it?
How the heck would I even eat it?
You idiot, of course not. But now I see what's going on here. Harold here was trying to cause trouble to Alan and called the police and the health department to make false allegations for food poisoning. Is that correct?
Yup, you got it completely right.
I know this guy well enough to know what he's thinking.
Chef, did you know that Harold has been pulling one strand from each portion of spaghetti?
Hey!
Did I hear that right?
Oh,
Have you been pulling one strand of spaghetti from 60 portions to make a 61st plate of spaghetti?
is that really a problem?
Of course, it's a big problem.
Oh, God.
I can't believe what you've done. You don't deserve to wear that chef coat. You're fired. You don't deserve to cook for anyone.
Hold on, Chef. You can't fire me for something so small.
Something so small? You work for a restaurant and you knew the severity of food poisoning allegations. You deceived our customers to make your own profit. I can't have a guy like you working in this kitchen. I want you gone now.
But please don't do this.
Don't you even talk to me.
Ugh, Alan, you bastard. This is all your fault.
What?
You came all the way over here to get me in trouble.
But this obviously is your own fault, isn't it?
What? You're the one who brought the health inspectors and the police officers here.
That's because you made a false police report.
But you didn't have to tell everyone about the strand of spaghetti.
To tell you the truth, I wasn't planning on telling everyone about that.
Then why'd you tell everyone?
I decided I have no mercy for you. After everything that you've done to me, I'm furious and I'm not even kidding.
That's what I'm talking about.
What?
That right there. You're so flimsy, but you become stubborn when you're mad. I've always hated you.
Ah, I see. So that's why you envied me for starting my own business and you made those false allegations?
That's right! I'm a better person than you in every aspect, and I don't understand why you should be more successful than me. Every time I think about you, I just couldn't stand the fact that you're free and successful out there.
That's because you were different from Alan. You've always been lazy. I've been listening this whole time, and all you do is give excuses and lies. Before you even envy Alan for where he is today, have you even thought about whether you've put in your best effort to become successful or not?
Well,
Every time you were slacking off, Alan had always worked hard to pick up after your slack. You've been using all your money for gambling, but Alan's been saving up for the funds to start his own business. Ask yourself why you couldn't do the same.
but I've always wanted to own a restaurant, just like Alan. I already told you that my company makes plastic food samples.
Even if you had the same goals, the amount of effort that you've been putting into your goal is what sets you and Alan apart.
Okay then, I'll start putting in some effort moving forward.
Aw,
So give me a chance, pretty please?
don't make me repeat myself. I already told you that you're fired.
But, hey, Alan! Yes, this is all your fault, so can you talk to the chef so he won't fire me? Well, I'm just a random guy who owns a plastic food company, but we used to work together here. And you betrayed me despite the fact that we used to be colleagues. I already told you, if only you hadn't done what you did, I wouldn't have come this far after you. But what am I going to do with my love for spaghetti, my career, and the rest of my life filled with spaghetti days? Let me remind you that you did this to yourself.
Harold, I need you to come with me now. We're your witnesses. We'll be going with you.
What? No, don't do this. Hey, Alan! Yes, just promise me right now, once I'm out of prison, can you guarantee me a position at your company? I never guarantee anything I can't fulfill. What? Oh, come on, please! I apologize. I learned my lesson, so please! The court found Harold guilty of the crimes that he had committed. But since this was his first misdemeanor, they did not sentence him to imprisonment, but instead placed him under parole and charged him with fines and penalties. However, Harold was fired from his work and he had no savings, so he was left with nothing. In addition, there were multiple customers at the restaurant who were watching our entire interactions, and Harold's reputation was tarnished. This made it almost impossible for Harold to find a new job, at least not at any restaurant. I heard he gave up his dream to become a spaghetti chef, and he now works part-time at a grocery store. As for my business, we were fortunate to have many food establishments recognize the attention to detail and high-quality work that we do. We've been so successful, and we have orders coming in left and right from all over the nation. Trouble Busters.